So I've been testing an in-motion Starlink setup in my vehicle for a few weeks now, and I'm at the point where I wanted to make an update video for you guys to let you know what I've been up to and how it's been working out, and also the products that I've been using so that you can get some inspiration for a setup of your own. So obviously it starts out here with the Starlink Mini. Now I've done a review on this, and this is just a game changer when it comes to running a Starlink device on battery, like if you're going to be running in your vehicle or from a portable power station or a power bank. And definitely the other factor here is the size. I mean, this thing is less than half the size of the standard dish, so it makes it a great option for mounting it in a vehicle because it won't take up as much space, it's not as heavy, easier to mount, so on. So it definitely starts with the Starlink Mini here, and I've got this attached to the Mini Roam service plan, which is $50 a month. With that, you get 50 gigabytes of data. You can opt in to more data if you want. But I think it's perfect for the recreational traveler, which is how I use it. I'm not going to use more than 50 to 80 gigabytes in a month on my road trips and things where I'm actually using this. The second thing that we need is, how do you power this thing in a vehicle? Well, the Starlink Mini comes with its own power cord, but that's really for use with the AC adapter, the wall adapter that comes in the kit. We don't need that. This can run directly off of DC power, anywhere from 12 to 48 volts. That's what this DC power jack accepts. And Starlink at this time does not have a specific car adapter cable, but Amazon does. A lot of third parties are making cables for the Starlink Mini, and I've got one right here. This is what I'm using. I'll put a link to it in the description below if you're curious. But on one end, you just have this pretty standard cigarette lighter kind of 12-volt plug that goes into most cars have something like this. And then on the other end, you have a DC 5521 barrel plug. This is compatible with the Starlink Mini, so it just plugs right in there. This particular cable is about 10 feet. You can get them in varying lengths depending on your need. I find that 10 to 12 feet is great for a vehicle of this size, like a crossover SUV. It's plenty to be able to mount it on the dashboard, on the window, on the sunroof, on the rear window, in the hatch. We'll get to all that. I'll show you that here in a minute, but this is enough cable for you to work with most installations. So we've got power, we've got our dish, we've got our service plan. The final thing that I had to find is how to mount this. What's the best way to mount this? Now, people have been mounting Starlink on their vehicles for, since the beginning. I didn't want to do that here. I've got a Tesla Model Y. It's a smaller crossover SUV, and I didn't want to permanently modify anything on the outside of the vehicle. I don't have roof racks installed, so I didn't want to install it to the roof rack. And I think most importantly, I didn't want my mini dish to just sit there on top of the vehicle, increasing my aerodynamic drag, being a target for thieves, or just getting damaged. So a lot of reasons why I chose to do what I did, but ultimately I decided that it was going to be best to mount it inside the vehicle. And I think this will come to a surprise to a lot of people, but actually yes, Starlink does work through the glass of a vehicle, so the Starlink signal can go to and from the dish just fine. You're not going to lose any performance or have any obstructions or anything if you've got a decent amount of glass like my car has. So to do that, how do you mount it inside the vehicle? A lot of people I've seen on social media are just putting it on their dashboard, which is, I guess, fine if that works for you. But I didn't want to do that either. I found, though, this suction cup mount from a company called Contron X. I'll put a link to this in the description below, but they make a couple of different mounts and they're probably going to expand their offerings in the future, but this one is their suction cup mount for the Mini. And the way this works is you just find a piece of glass on the inside of your vehicle. You can use like the rear hatch or even the moonroof if you have one. And this just slides into place like any other Starlink mount. And it just locks in place like that. It has the 3 suction cups here, which is enough to support the weight of the Mini, which is under 3 pounds really. And to get it back off, all you have to do is lift up on the tab and it slides right out. So this thing is great because you can suction it right up to the top of your window and get an unobstructed view while you're driving on the highway. Even at 80 miles an hour, I was getting uninterrupted internet. It's pretty incredible, and I think this by far is the best way to mount your Mini, at least in my personal situation, because I didn't have to do any outside modifications to the vehicle at all. Just plug it into the 12-volt outlet in my car. It's got an integrated Wi-Fi router, and it works great. All right, so let me show you how easy this is to install Luckily I've got a Model Y, and the moonroof here is completely glass. It's huge, so it's pretty easy. But even if you have a standard moonroof, like I've also got a RAV4, Toyota RAV4, and it's got a smaller sunroof on it, and I found this actually I could fit this inside there as well. So you don't need something like a Tesla, but obviously the big glass helps. So I've got it installed on the mount, and I'm going to orient it so that the cable is going at the back, because I've got a 12-volt outlet in the back of the car that I'm going to use to power. And it's just got the 3 suction cups, so just make sure that the little tabs here are flipped up on all 3 of them, and then just find a good place, lock it down. I just do one at a time, and then check to make sure it's secure. So that's all there is to it as far as mounting it goes. And then I'm going to route the power cable to the back. Like I said, you don't need to see that, but as far as the durability and sturdiness of this, if you're worried about that, I did a recent road trip. It was 3 or 4 hours of driving, about 160 to 180 miles or so, and this was on there the whole time. I was actually using it as my internet for the car, so for navigation and music, and I didn't experience a single interruption. I didn't do a speed test or anything while I was driving because I'm not going to be on my phone, but I did look at the outages after I got finished with my drive and looked at the previous hours, and the only interruption that I had was when I stopped at a rest stop and I parked under a tree. So I had some obstruction outages there, but otherwise the connection was completely consistent, and I didn't experience any data loss or any interruptions at all for the data that my vehicle was using. And this did not move one bit. None of the suction cups fell off, and I've actually had this, I keep this installed now in the vehicle even when I'm just doing my normal daily commute. And even when it gets hot outside, 90 degrees, and the sun's beating down through this glass, this has not fallen off or loosened up at all. So I have a pretty good feeling about I'm pretty confident about this mount and how it secures to the glass, and that it's not going to just fall down. If you're looking for a mobile setup, something that you can uninstall, reinstall without any issues, without any permanent modifications to your vehicle, and you're looking for in-motion use at highway speeds, Starlink Mini and this Contron X suction mount are great options. Like I mentioned before, they also have like a magnet mount, so if you are interested in mounting on the exterior of your vehicle, you can do it that way too without drilling any holes or anything. It just sticks right to the sheet metal of your car. But I like this suction cup mount if you have glass to be able to point up to see the satellites like I do. This setup right here is definitely going to stay in my vehicle for those road trips where I'm traveling through remote areas where I may not have a cell phone signal. This can provide all the data that I need for navigation and music and whatnot. And then when I get to camp or whatever I'm doing, I can use it for internet as well by just taking it out of the car and setting it up on the ground. That was it for this video. If you have any questions about this setup, or you'd like any other ideas about using Starlink in your vehicle in motion, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to chat with you about it. The link to this Contron mount and the cable that I use, the adapter cable, is going to be in the description below, so make sure you check those out. And then if you haven't already, go ahead and go to our blog, starlinkhardware.com, sign up to our email newsletter so you don't miss any important blog posts. Sometimes what we post on the blog and the YouTube channel are a little bit different, so make sure you're subscribed in both places. As always, I appreciate you watching, and see you in the next video.